So if you just got orders to NAS Whidbey or you're planning a move to Oak Harbor for base life, one of the biggest questions that you're probably asking right now is, where should I live? And we get it. The options really start to feel overwhelming when you start to think about commute times and neighborhoods and whether or not you want to live in Oak Harbor or a different town. And that is exactly what we're covering in this video. So today we are breaking down the top neighborhoods that military members and their families love near NAS Whidbey and what each area is known for, what the vibes are like of each neighborhood, and how far they really are from base, and even more. And then towards the end, we will cover some honorable mention cities that many service members live in that are not Oak Harbor, because living farther away from base is actually a lot more common than you might think for service members. So whether you want short commute times or quiet streets or family-friendly neighborhoods or just a house that feels like home, you are going to walk away from this video knowing exactly where to look first. So welcome back to our channel. We are Leah and John with the Courage Group, your local real estate team helping military families, relocating professionals, and North Puget Sound newcomers make the move here with confidence. We live here, we work here, and our mission is quite simple. It's to help you find the neighborhood that fits your lifestyle so that you feel right at home here from day one. So if you're PCSing to NAS Whidbey or you already live here and you want a refresher on Oak Harbor's most popular communities, go ahead and stay with us because this is going to be one of the most practical and helpful breakdown videos that we've ever made. Let's start with one of the most iconic and beloved neighborhoods in all of Oak Harbor, which is Fireside. If you want that classic, friendly, kind of quintessential American neighborhood feel, Fireside checks every single box. This neighborhood has a charm that people talk about all year round and makes it super desirable, but it becomes legendary in October. So if you've ever heard someone rave about Oak Harbor's best trick-or-treating neighborhood, this happens to be the one. Families from all over drive into Fireside because the decorations, the energy, and the community participation unmatched. And beyond the festivities, Fireside is centrally located near schools, parks, shopping, and all of the essentials that you need. The homes are typically built from the 1990s through the early 2000s, and they have very practical floor plans, at least 3 bedrooms typically, and fenced yards, making it super ideal for families and for pet owners. So everything about this neighborhood feels warm, welcoming, and stable. If you're looking for a neighborhood with convenience, community, and where people actually know each other, Fireside is a wonderful place to land. So next up is Broadview, and it's one of those neighborhoods that quietly shows up at the top of people's lists once they've explored Oak Harbor in person. It's tucked just off of Swantown Road, and Broadview has a calm, kind of tucked away feeling while still being very close to town. It's extremely popular with families because it sits right within the neighborhood of Broadview Elementary. And if you live here, your kids can walk to school safely and easily. And it's one of the best top-rated elementary schools in Oak Harbor. The homes here are a mix of classic ramblers that are built from the 1950s and 60s and split levels from the 70s and 80s and updated traditionals built all the way through the early 2000s. So that variety gives the neighborhood personality. You don't feel like you're in a super kind of cookie cutter development, if you will. What you do feel in Broadview is peace. The streets are quiet, mature trees are everywhere, and people genuinely enjoy being a little removed from the busier parts of town. So if you want the best mix of close to everything convenience and day-to-day tranquility, I would say that Broadview is one of Oak Harbor's best kept secrets. So now let's talk about Fairway Point, which is consistently one of Oak Harbor's most desirable planned communities, especially for military families who want something newer and more move-in ready. So located just south of NAS Whidbey and a little west of downtown, Fairway Point is known for its really nice kind of cohesive design, beautiful curb appeal, and has wide streets with sidewalks, so it's great for kids on bikes. And many of the homes here were built in the 2000s and the 2010s, so you're going to see more open concept layouts, spacious primary suites, and more modern kitchens, which is very important to a lot of people, as we know. The whole neighborhood has that kind of clean, polished look without being too over the top. It's just really well-maintained homes that are surrounded by tidy landscaping. And if you love golf or you just want to wake up to beautiful and peaceful views of the green, you are right next to Whidbey Golf Club here. The location is incredibly convenient too. You can reach base in well under 10 minutes, shopping and grocery stores in under 5, and the waterfront in just a few more minutes. So for anybody who wants newer construction with an easy commute, Fairway Point is one of the strongest choices on North Whidbey. So the Highlands is next, and this neighborhood has such a comfortable and established feel. It's just great. So located really only minutes from downtown Oak Harbor, Highland is full of mature trees, quiet streets, and homes that are on slightly larger lots than a lot of the newer developments. The home styles here range from super traditional ramblers to split levels, and there are also a handful of 2 stories, which really does give the area kind of a timeless and classic character. And what people love most, though, is the sense of space that you get. The backyards in the Highlands tend to be bigger, the streets are calm, and the whole neighborhood feels like a peaceful pocket just outside of the heartbeat of town. It's really great for families, for retirees, and for anybody who wants a home that feels grounded and connected to town, but not super crowded. So if you're looking for something established and comfortable and close to absolutely everything, the Highlands is a wonderful fit. Now, Redwing is a neighborhood that's easy to overlook on a map, but unforgettable once you see it in person. Located just northwest of downtown Oak Harbor, Redwing is calm, it's quiet, and it's safe, and it's one of those neighborhoods where people take evening walks and kids ride bikes and dogs get their daily exercise without traffic roaring by. The homes are generally very well maintained, the streets are peaceful, and the entire neighborhood has a kind of relaxing, tucked in feel, if you will. It's not flashy, but that's exactly why people love it. It's clean, it's peaceful, and it offers a really short commute to NAS Whidbey, making it one of the most practical choices for service members who want less time in the car and more time at home. So if you want the serenity but without sacrificing convenience, Redwing definitely delivers. So before we keep going, if this video is helping you narrow down your search, go ahead and take a second to like the video and subscribe to our channel, and please turn on notifications because we create weekly videos about Oak Harbor, Anacortes, Whidbey Island, and the entire North Puget Sound so that you can get real insight from local experts before you ever even step foot here. So now we need to talk about some notable off-island towns or nearby areas because a surprising number of military families don't actually live in Oak Harbor itself. It all depends on the type of lifestyle that you want, and your housing preference, and your tolerance for commute times. So just across the Deception Pass Bridge, Anacortes is one of the most popular choices for people who want incredible natural beauty, beautiful walkable neighborhoods, and one of the top-rated school systems in all of Washington state. It's about, depending on where you are, a 25 to 35-minute commute to base, depending on traffic and bridge crossings. And the schools are excellent in Anacortes. The parks are really extensive. The downtown is totally charming, and the neighborhoods range from historic homes to ultra-modern luxury communities. So for anybody wanting a slightly higher-end coastal town with trails, marinas, and a vibrant community that's about 30 minutes away, Anacortes is a great alternative. Then there's Coupeville, which is quaint, historic, peaceful, and it's right in the heart of Whidbey Island. The commute from Coupeville is usually around 20 to 25 minutes to NAS Whidbey, and if you want slower paced living, character homes, beach access, and just a lovely small town feel, Coupeville is one of the island's most charming options, and it's where Practical Magic was filmed, so there's that. Many people choose it because they want privacy or views or the sense of stepping back into a simpler, kind of more relaxed lifestyle. Finally, Mount Vernon and Burlington are mainland favorites for people who want more square footage, newer construction, bigger lots, or easier access to major shopping and services. The commute to base is definitely longer, typically 45 minutes to an hour to and from NAS Whidbey one way, but the trade-off is affordability and it's also convenience. You get Costco, a Target, major grocery stores, and a central location that makes traveling around Western Washington in general very simple. So if your priority is budget and you also want amenities or just a more kind of suburban feel, these towns along the I-5 corridor are definitely worth exploring. So now that you have the full picture of the best neighborhoods near NAS Whidbey, the big takeaway is this: you really can't go wrong, but each area offers a very different lifestyle. Fireside is kind of classic and community focused. Broadview is peaceful and it's close to great schools. Fairway Point is newer and modern with an easy commute. The Highlands is established and spacious, and Redwing is quiet, it's calm, and it's incredibly practical. And if Oak Harbor itself doesn't check every single box for you, you've got super strong alternatives just minutes away in Anacortes, in Coupeville, and Mount Vernon and Burlington. But here's the thing: YouTube can only give you a really broad overview. If you want the real kind of hyper-specific scoop on the neighborhoods, commute times, resale potential, school zones, or which pockets of town offer the best value in real estate, that is where working with an experienced local team makes all the difference. We also have 2 entire sets of neighborhood videos, one covering neighborhoods inside Oak Harbor city limits and one covering neighborhoods outside of Oak Harbor city limits. So if you want to take a deeper dive, make sure to check out those playlists after this video. But if you want personalized guidance, which is the real treat, please call us or email us. Our contact information is in the video description below, and we will walk you through every single neighborhood based on your needs so that you can feel genuinely confident about where you're putting down roots. Thank you so much for watching, and it would mean the world to me if you would give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on new videos that we put out weekly on living and real estate in Western Washington. And if you're planning on buying or selling a home in the North Puget Sound, we would love to work with you. Our contact information, again, is below in the description, and we would be honored to help you make your next move with confidence. So thank you again for watching. Keep exploring, and I will see you in the next video.